Unscripted. This is officially our first episode. As I've told you before, my name is Matlodi Leo. I'm a labor law practitioner, and today is essentially about you and what you need to know when you are employed. Today's topic, first part, is employment contracts. So say you've just been successful, you're a successful candidate, you've now been given an offer. The first thing that you need to do is what? To sign the employment contract. Now, a lot of people don't know there's a difference obviously in employment contracts. There's a fixed term contract, which will have a start date and an end date. And then there's the one that they called the permanent employment contract. Guys, can I just tell you something? There is no indefinite period of employment. In actual sense, what it will say is it will not have an end date, but until the employer or the employee terminates the employment contract, that's the indefinite period of employment. So say now you've been employed, it says you're starting on the 1st of April, ending in December the 31st. And now normally, there's that probationary period. A lot of people don't know what happens during probation period. So probation period is a period where during your employment, it's normally 3 months to start. And then that's where the employer will want to assess your capability, your skills, your behavior, and if you fit the culture of the employer. And during this period, they should train you. It's their responsibility as the employer to train you, to counsel you, to give you the necessary skill that you acquire. But remember, what you would also have said in the interview that you are competent and you've got this particular skills. I should actually make sure that you understand that what you've put on your resume should reflect in your job too. As much as you're going to be trained on it, but it should be actually true. I want to just read something to you that a lot of people maybe also miss out on. It's the appointment. They always say the appointment is performance based. So it will normally say that we're entering into this agreement based on the information that you've provided, including the information provided to us with you regarding your skills, abilities, and qualifications. And should such information prove to be materially incorrect, we reserve the right to prematurely terminate this agreement in accordance with the notice periods that will obviously be set in the employment contract and the statutory procedures in the case of misconduct, incapacity, or the employer's operational requirements. This is important. If a contract is performance-based, you're going to be given your KPIs. Those are the first things that you should actually get given on the day you sign your employment contract. KPIs are key performance indicators. So you want to measure exactly your capabilities. Say, for instance, that you have targets and certain things that maybe sometimes you have subordinates that are reporting to you. So they will have their own KPIs, and then you also will be managed on that. And people love to exaggerate. They love to exaggerate about their potential and their skills. And that gets actually monitored. So the information you would have shared is going to be assessed. And I know a lot of people like to think that, no, they won't do that. Sometimes the employer is just lenient on you and then they don't follow that through. So now still on the probationary period, if in the 3 months, you've been assessed every month for the first month, second month, the third month, and then during the third month, now they come again, then they talk to you and then they're like, Miss Leo, we noticed that we've assessed you now for 3 months and we should actually decide now whether we're taking you permanently. Then if they do say we have to extend the probationary period, it's something that you need to keep at the back of your head, that it means during the probation period, the first 3 months, the employer was not necessarily satisfied with your performance. So now they're extending the probation to further assess if you are able to adapt to the way of working in the company, to the requirements of your job. And it should be something that really sends a concern to you, because it means that you need to also ask further questions. If the training was not given, ask for further training. And normally it's something that if the company follows for proper procedures, it should be documented. So what do I mean when I say documented? I mean that it should be a proper consultation with minutes, because it's part of your records. It will show that during the first 3 months of the employment contract, the employer now took the initiative to train this person and so forth. So it's things that we take for granted because most of the employees never know their rights. So this show is the responsibility of an employer. I'm just trying to educate you that as an employer and as an employee, you need to know your duties and obligations to one another. So now they've extended this probationary period for a further 3 months. Now it's going to be 6 months. And did you know that it can also be extended to another 3 months, which is 9 months? Now, a lot of people don't know this, but it should also be a concern to you, because is the employer training you efficiently? Are they giving you the skill that you need? Because you've already said that you know this, right? You know the work, you're competent. And when they train you, it's either it can be internal training at work, or it will be something that will be assigned to you somewhere where they do training, there's training facilities. So I want you as an employee to also understand that it is the obligation of the employer as well as yours to know this, your skill, what you're capable of. Stop lying on your CVs. Do not oversell yourself, and then once you are now employed, the employer is like, but you said that you are able to do this. You said you're fluent in Afrikaans, and now you're expected to speak Afrikaans. Now you can't speak Afrikaans. So it's certain things that you think that will not be assessed, and they do assess, especially if the company is quite professional. The other main thing that I see normally employees come across is, I just want to quickly read it to you. It says that the company reserves the right to transfer the employee to any other business of the company in any such other capacity of a like status. So what this means is, if the company has a branch, say now we are in Westdene and the company has another branch in Oranje, they can take you there as long as it's in the same line of work that you're doing. Now, I know other employees like to take advantage of that, so be wary of that as well. The responsibility here is for them to also put it in a contract. If it's not there, you have a right to ask. Because if you're working as a receptionist here, and then you're expected to work as a mortician at another branch, it's your responsibility as an employee to know your rights. So essentially, this is what this show is about, to teach you your rights and obligations to the employer. So we've come to the end of our first episode, and tune in for more on employment contracts on the next episode of Mompreneur Unscripted. If you have any more questions, please engage with us on all our social media platforms that you'll find below. See you next week.